In my opinion, bystanders are 50 times worse than the actual perpetrator. Because if you sit back and watch someone doing an evil act and don't do anything about it, that makes you worse than the person actually committing the evil act. Because you could have stopped this person from doing this evil act. That's like walking down the street and seeing someone assaulting someone and just going, oh well, I guess I'll just keep on walking and I won't do a damn thing. I mean, that's insane. You'd have to be literally insane, and you'd have to be a very weak person in order to do that. If you are watching evil right in front of you and do nothing to step in and stop it, then you really need to question what is going on in your consciousness. Are you you're an accomplice, essentially, to that crime now, because you did nothing to stop it. So, the perpetrators themselves are evil, but if there are people sitting around, won't intervene, won't call the authorities, won't try to get the person any help, won't try to go somewhere, call the police, whatever you need to do. Everyone has a cell phone these days, so if you're outside in public and someone's being harmed and you're afraid to intervene, you can use your cell phone and call for help. You can do a multitude of things aside from pretending like you don't see it or ignoring it or doing absolutely nothing. So, there's a lot of evil going on right now. There is poison being dropped from the sky, so the air quality is extremely toxic. So if you're wondering why you have bronchitis, asthma, respiratory problems, breathing problems, a sinus infection, pneumonia, pneumonia is from bacteria getting into the lungs. Well, how does bacteria get into the lungs? Well, you breathe it in your environment. Well, when you step outside, you're not supposed to be breathing in toxic air. So you could get pneumonia if you have it in your home. If you have, let's say, mold, if you had water damage at one point, or you live in an apartment and there was damage at some point, or mold or something like that, and you're breathing it in, you could get walking pneumonia. Any kind of bacteria going into your lungs, you can get pneumonia. So, anything to do with breathing, respiratory, sinuses, things like that, you're probably suffering from chemtrail lungs. So, in case you're unaware, these aren't vitamins they're dropping from the sky. Okay, this stuff is highly toxic. It's aluminum, strontium, barium, mold spores, and a cocktail of other things that aren't so good for your health. So, I would, you might want to start paying a little closer attention to what's going on around you. I'm just saying. Because people are just moving along like nothing's happening. Meanwhile, they're chemtrailing every single day and making the air more and more and more and more and more toxic to breathe in. And breathing is, kind of important. So, I mean, in case you haven't noticed, it's kind of essential to for living, So, my point is this. There are a lot of people that know about these programs. They're not doing a damn thing. They're just sitting by, Our elected officials are not doing a damn thing. The president is not doing a damn thing. No one in any, of these bureaucratic offices are doing a darn thing. So we have to assume they're all in on it, and they've been advised not to say anything. So, this is not a democracy. That's called a, tyranny. That's like, that's a slave system where there's no freedom at all. That's just completely, I mean, it's like insanity. So, this stuff is extremely dangerous. I don't know why more people are not up in arms about this. It's kind of astonishing. However, you do have to understand that these chemicals break down your immune system, and the radio waves and all these toxins that they're dumping into the air are, they dumb people down. So we can't even really blame the people. They make you lethargic, tired. They break down your immune system, so you're then susceptible to other illnesses. And this is for people who have weakened immune systems. It's especially bad, such as children who are still developing their immune systems, and elderly people, and those who are already sick. So, this is insane. Absolute insanity. So, my point is this. If you know that people are being poisoned and do absolutely nothing, then you need to figure out what's going on in your mind that you would, not want to put a stop to that. That's what you need to figure out. That would be like, if people are being killed, and you just sit back and do nothing, and you're just like, oh, well, I hear them screaming, I'm just gonna just sit here and, I think I'll look at my cell phone some more. Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's complete insanity. This is the times we're living in, where evil is just, seems to be flourishing, and people themselves are becoming more and more evil. And then if you watch the news or the media, it's just a tornado of useless information that you don't need to know to keep you confused from what's going on. So that's what's going on currently. Just pay close attention and, treat your neighbor as you would like to be treated. I think that's a good start.